choose the team you want to start your franchise with. Use the options on the left to edit leagues. It's the NFL on EA Sports, where division rivals will clash in the NFC South. It's the Panthers and the Saints, and it's coming up next on Madden Football.
It is always a celebration here in the city of New Orleans, and we are just outside of the French Quarter at the Superdome. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and Charles, there's nothing quite like it. That feeling of beginning another NFL season, and these two squads, they're going to do just that in a moment.
And what makes it so exciting is the range of possibilities these teams have before them, because we could be seeing one of these teams earn the Lombardi Trophy in February, while the other, they could earn the #1 draft pick in April or anything in between. And we've got the best seat in the house every step of the way.
Now the kicker, Brandon McManus, about ready to get us started. And we are underway from the Superdome. And he takes this near the 25, just a little pass there, call it the 26. The Panthers head out for their initial drive, and at the helm is their second-year quarterback now, the #1 overall pick from 2023, Bryce Young.
And he's certainly coming off a very tough rookie campaign, but he showed flashes of why he was the #1 overall pick. Now starting over in year 2 with a brand new coaching staff, I expect Bryce Young to show the world his talents in full.
A throw left sideline falls incomplete. Young's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw. That'll be caught by his tight end, Ian Thomas. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll run here, the former Longhorn with it. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
That one complete till again. And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. They'll come up now, 3rd and 3. Young off the bootleg. To the right side and complete to Thomas. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. We'll get a pause here. There appears to be a Panther who is shaken up on that last play. Well, just the last thing you want to see here in the first quarter of a new season. Hopefully nothing serious. We'll step aside for a moment. On is the punter, Hecker, as he gets this one away. And a fair catch called for and made at the 12-yard line. The Saints heading out for the first time, and there's Derek Carr at quarterback in his 11th NFL season now and 2nd in black and gold.
And Carr continues to produce good numbers on paper. He completed over 68% of his passes last season while also throwing 25 touchdowns to just 8 interceptions. But as impressive as those numbers are, the numbers he's seeking, big numbers in the playoffs. And we expect him and his team to be back in the playoff mix when January rolls around.
And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. A first carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. And he finds enough of an opening to get this one back up to his 20. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. To throw his Carr. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just talking about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
A 40-yard punt, no return, and the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. The Panthers coming back out onto the field for their 2nd drive. They were forced to punt on their initial drive of the new season. Now they're ready to go as they begin again with a 1st and 10. Young now. Short throw there, caught by Thomas. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. So the completion good for 7 there, and that's going to bring up 2nd down. Young going to give to Brooks. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up. Young. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
Yeah, first quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on 3rd down conversions to start this thing. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And the Saints will take over with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. And not much here as he'll get it to the 11, maybe the 12-yard line. Shaq Thompson on the tackle that time. They work now on 2nd and 9. Here's Carr to throw. And that's off the mark, incomplete.
And that's the knowledge you gain from being in this league for a long time. He's learned the hard way when to give up and fight another down. And that's a smart move to throw it away.
Here's Carr. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. He missed on his first 3 passes, was 0 for 3. Now gets a connection. Maybe that'll get him going.
Yeah, it wasn't a time for panic, but there was some concern because once you start in a certain pattern, you're wondering, can you get out of it? And that flips the other way, too, when you're throwing it really well. In this case, now he's got his first completion. They think he might be off to the races.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. It's Shaq Thompson here with a pick. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. Well, look, we're watching a quarterback here that's obviously been around for a long time. That's a throw he wishes he had back.
He certainly does, but as you well know, this is a guy that's used to taking a few chances, used to fitting it into tight windows. These are throws that he's made before. Didn't happen to get it completed in this case.
And the Panthers coming out now. We've seen both of these offenses still sort of in that figuring things out phase, but I suspect some action on the scoreboard soon as they start out here 1st and 10. Up the middle with Brooks here. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. From the 38 now, here comes 2nd and 8. Once again, it's Brooks. Calling a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 5.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
And that went to the right side and incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Patterson's kick is good. And the Panthers stake claim to a 3-0 lead. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense, the firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
Carr going to lead the Saints up here 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. There's Chris Olave. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Play action. Now it's Carr. Here's Johnson with a reception. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days. But you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
That to the sideline and incomplete. Boy, they're going to say there's a receiver in the area. That was close to grounding, but it's 2nd down. Kamara up the middle. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. And not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the 1st. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13.
Despite writing it down on my notes, I never give enough credit to the offensive line, and we have to here. The protection, that's what made this play a success. Quarterback had to wait for his crossing route to develop, and that takes a little bit of extra time. Excellent job by the big fellas up front.
A first red zone opportunity the new year here as they come up now 1st and 10. Now Carr. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Troy Hill picks it, and the Panthers are going to have the football at their own 1-yard line. The defense looked geared up to stop the run, but obviously, Charles, they were ready for the pass, too.
Yeah, they were hoping they could catch everyone crashing and playing the run, but that was a very ill-advised throw right there. The opportunity, lost.
Here come the Panthers now, set to take over on offense. But the good news for them, they got the football. The bad news, they have to go 99 yards here as they start this drive out on their own 1-yard line. They're going to run this with a tight end. And he'll get him a little space here up to the 5-yard line. Demario Davis there on the stop. Now a 2nd and 6. To throw, Young. Pass complete. Finds Thomas going across the middle. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down. In motion left, that's Thielen. Young. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. No surprise there. Chase Young wrecks that play with a sack.
You know, on these types of plays, we're always looking to assess blame. Okay, where did it break down? Sometimes it's just a great play.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. They'll bring the tight end in motion right. They run out of the gun with Brooks here. Takes this to the 27. Give him 4 yards.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Now throw right side here, going to be incomplete.
1 first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
So on 4th down, here's Johnny Hecker to punt it away. And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. The New Orleans offense set to take over. And really, they're pretty fortunate right now to only be down 3-0 following 2 turnovers. They've got it now 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
Well, it certainly appears that they're going to try and keep getting him the football. It's the 3rd time they've looked in his direction. Unfortunately, haven't completed one yet, but I'm not sure they're going to shy away from him. They feel like they've got something there, and they want to capitalize on it.
I think you're right. We're only in the first quarter, so a lot of opportunities ahead. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. Now Carr. He's got his target. That's complete. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the 1st. Now Carr again. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Back to throw again. That's complete to his running back, Kamara. They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play, and that'll make it 3rd and 13.
I really like the angles that the tacklers came from on that play. They secured inside, took away the cutback. The sideline's there, so you can only go so far outside, and they were able to close in and tackle him for a loss.
Yeah, they used your boy over there, the 12th man, Sammy Sideline, right?
Sammy Sideline. You know something? He tackles pretty well, too.
He's tougher than an airport steak. A big-time play there for New Orleans. 45 yards.
It's got to feel good to hit on one of these in the first quarter of a brand-new season. They're hoping this duo can really make some noise this year, and this is a great start. A big play here early in the ball game.
Throwing now is Carr. And that is incomplete here. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
And for a second straight play, just nowhere to go thanks to this Carolina defense. They'll wind up losing 3, and now it's 3rd down. Now Carr. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. It'll be a loss of 2, maybe 3 on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. The kick by McManus is good. And that will tie us at 3-3. So they put together a good little drive there, but ultimately stalling out in the red zone.
Yeah, I know a lot of people look at it as a little bit of a negative. They didn't get 6 points out of it, right? Didn't get the touchdown. But that's actually okay. They got 3 points, able to give their defense a little bit of rest, let them settle down over there. So all in all, to me, that's a good drive.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time, hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. Out of the gun, it's Young. And that one too wide and incomplete.
So many times we've seen him try to escape the pocket and do something with his legs, but in this case, the pressure was too intense, and he made the wise choice to just get rid of the football and make sure no one was going to get it.
Throwing, Young. And that'll be incomplete.
Tough series for the passing game. Things just aren't clicking. Hopefully they can come through on this play and get this series back on track with a completion for enough yardage for a 1st down.
Third down, Young from the gun. Open here, Adam Thielen. And a good job on the tackle there as they get him down shy of the 1st on the 35-yard strike. So the completion good for 6 yards. And it'll be 4th down. So on now is Johnny Hecker to punt this one away. And here's a fair catch taken at about the 24-yard line. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And they will take over 1st and 10. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
To throw, it's Carr. Gets this complete to Shaheed. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. These two teams all tied after 1. Ready for the second quarter from New Orleans. It's the Saints in possession. This offense so far on 3rd down, they've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. Instead of a 3rd-and-1 run, they go pass, and they get 12 yards out of it.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
They'll get this up to the 47 and brought down there. 2nd down and 8. Carr going to throw. That'll be taken in by Shaheed. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45. Here's 3rd and a few inches. In motion left goes a tight end. Carr. That is caught. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 30. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
They'll get this out to Kamara. And running with power here. And out of bounds right around the 20. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it'll bring up a 2nd and short. Again, it's Carr. Over the middle and complete to Shaheed. And the Saints are going to have a 1st and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line. A chance for a first touchdown drive of the year. It's 1st and goal. Here's Carr. Drops this off to Kamara out of the backfield. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4. So they've been in the red zone 3 times, and it's yielded just 3 points. Can they find the end zone here on 2nd and goal? Kamara is not going to advance very far. He'll be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal. Now they'll empty out the backfield. Carr now on 3rd and goal. This is caught. Touchdown! Sam Wilson from 4 yards out. And the Saints have taken the lead. A nice connection there, finding his target, and that'll put 6 up on the board.
Just like they drew it up in their playbook and reiterated it on the sidelines, right? Perfect route, a good throw, and the defense, they had no answer for that right there.
On here, Brandon McManus for the point after. And he's 1 for 1 on the new year as his kick is good. So that one a long 11-play drive. And it all culminates in a Saints touchdown. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away.
Oh, that's sweet.
What an effort. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Here are the Panthers now as their offense comes back out onto the field. Just a lone field goal for them so far, trailing 10-3 as they come up 1st and 10. Now Young. That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. From the 38 now, here's 2nd down and 1. A run out of the gun with Brooks. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. While the medical staff checks on him, we'll step aside in this Week 1 contest. Young to throw it. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run.
That's the first time he's called his own number, but he's got to be overjoyed with the results. He wasn't just going to settle for a modest gain. To me, he was determined to come through with a big message to a defense that slept on him in the pocket.
Looking to throw, Young. Short throw hauled in by Trimble. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
They'll run straight ahead with Brooks. And little room to maneuver there. He gets it down to about the 39. We'll get a pause here. There appears to be a Panther who was shaken up on that last play. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. In motion left, that's Thielen. Now here's Young. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 17-yard line. A good pickup there, a 22.
Well, a lot of times when you get a manageable third down situation like this, you have to think about your tight end, and he comes through for him, picking up the first down.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Young off the play fake. Open man left side. It's the tight end Trimble. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. Tommy Trimble from 17 yards out. And the Panthers are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. So they get their tight end away from the line to the outside, and he works his way in for 6.
Tight ends are not just blockers anymore. I don't know how many more times we need examples, but here's a great one. Gets to the outside, they give him the ball pretty quickly, and they trust him to get those extra yards, and boy, did he come through, bowling his way into the end zone after the nice catch.
The kick is through the uprights to tie this game, but hang on a second, we do have a flag. Uh-oh, flag comes out here. This is going to be roughing the kicker.
When you're going back there on the kick block, you've got to go to the right point. That didn't happen. Ran into the kicker. The penalty flag had to come out.
All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. The Saints offense and Derek Carr ready for this next possession. And he's had things all his way in this first half. The numbers sensational as he'll look to add to them with another drive here. They begin on the ground with Kamara. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first. Again, it's Kamara. Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. 2nd down.
Look, all any running back wants is a little bit of room, a little bit of space in order to maneuver. But he also understands how difficult it is for his offensive line up front. So if they give him any space, he realizes his job to make more.
And he will not get away from the pressure here. Carr taken down. D.J. Johnson, the one who got there for the sack.
Pressure can come from all over when you're plotting a defensive strategy. On that particular play, it just came from the outside.
And this offense on 3rd down today, can't fault these numbers. 7 for 9 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. They fake the handoff. Now Carr. They're throwing left sideline there, but it's incomplete.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
Dixon, the punter, is on as he sends it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Panthers will have a 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. Here is Young. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Thomas. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. First carry for the Oklahoma State man, Chuba Hubbard. And they'll get him down here at the 23. Able to get the 1 yard he needed, but nothing more. Straight ahead with Hubbard. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
Good yardage there on first down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your second down play.
He'll drop that down to Hubbard. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The Panthers have the first. It's a gain of 12. A give up the middle, Hubbard. And he stopped immediately there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. In motion, the tight end. Second down, another chance for Hubbard. And nowhere for him to go again. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. 2 runs for a net gain of nothing. Now here's 3rd and 10. In motion left, that's Thielen. Young working out of the gun. Being chased out left. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
Well, that turned out better than most of the passes he could have thrown on that snap. The coverage downfield was excellent, but the containment close to home left him a backdoor escape, and they paid dearly for not locking up.
They'll try to throw now. Young. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. All tied up at 10. 2 minutes left in the first half. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Young will set to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Johnson. That's good for a gain of 6. 2nd and goal. Hubbard fighting, but he won't get too far. Maybe a yard. That's all. Down to the 2. Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal. Hubbard diving for the end zone, and he is in. Touchdown.
Well, he'd been the workhorse on this drive, and it would have been unfair to bring someone else in to finish the job. So they go back to him again, and he delivers with the touchdown run.
Patterson now for the extra point. He's got it as they go up by a total of 17 to 10. A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told. And it was Chuba Hubbard who finished it off with a touchdown run. And Patterson back out there to send this one away. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. The Saints offense and the veteran Alvin Kamara getting set for this next possession. And he has been a big component of the passing game so far. You see the numbers for this first half. This defense is going to need to find some way to key in on him because he is eating them up right now. They'll motion the tight end across the formation. Now Carr. Wilson's got it on the crossing route. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. Now Carr. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. He's across midfield, and he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. The Saints passing game in sync and moving the football. It's a first down. To throw, it's Carr. That's to the sideline and incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
There's a short one caught by Johnson. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. Carr to throw again. He's got his target. That's complete. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 13-yard line. And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game. And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And they'll have time for one play. There's 2 seconds on the clock. He's going to rifle one deep left side. It's caught inside the 25. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. And welcome back to football, everybody. We've got a full slate of 16 games here to start the new season. So let's take our first trip around the NFL. We'll get started with a good one in the NFC. Minnesota heading to MetLife Stadium to take on the New York Giants. And it's the visiting side who have the lead in that one. J.J. McCarthy and Justin Jefferson. J.J. to J.J. hooking up on a touchdown pass. We were certainly treated to an entertaining first half. Both these teams with some high points and maybe a couple of low points as well. So it's going to be a question of who can be the most disciplined team going forward.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. The home team's offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And it's been a struggle for him all afternoon. This defense has really done a nice job of making him earn everything he gets. And it's prevented him from getting into any kind of rhythm here today. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
Carr now to throw. That's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. It'll be a Saints first down on a pickup of 13.
Well, they certainly had their share of troubles running the football in this one, but this play is almost an extension of the running game right here. They set up the screen, let him work out in space on the perimeter, and he turns it into a big pickup.
3 tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. They'll pound it up the middle with Kamara. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Carr. That's complete to his running back, Kamara. And he'll take this from 147-yard line to the other. A gain of 6. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Throwing now is Carr. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Saints first down. They needed 5 there on 3rd down. He winds up getting 7. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Back to the ground, it's Kamara. And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
2nd down, and it's Kamara again. And give him about 4 on the play, but he's marked short, so it'll be 3rd and about the length of the football. Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And he is going to have a Saints first down. At least it would appear that way. He didn't get it by much, but yes, they do get the conversion on 3rd and 1. Play action. Now it's Carr. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. Well, obviously, they never want to see penalties on that defense, but this one a little bit more significant there on the downfield pass play.
And coaches preach it all the time.
Under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sacked back around the 8. D.J. Johnson in there to get him once again. That's 2 sacks for him now here on opening day.
On any 1st and goal, the real estate to work with for the offense is really cut down, and the defense knows it. So they often bring heat and pressure, which they did on this play. Got him down for a loss. Not a big one, but any loss of yardage in this position is tough for an offense.
A touchdown-saving tackle there. Now it's 3rd and goal. From the gun, it's Carr. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's picked. And nothing but daylight ahead. And he takes it into the end zone. It's a fumble recovery and a touchdown for the Panthers. This was a close game. They needed a little breathing room. Boy, they got it right there on that return for a touchdown.
Yeah, we would say that this could be huge. Forget it. It was huge. Gave him a comfortable lead.
Extra point try now for Patterson. And that one pushes the lead up to 11. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there, grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. And this group has suffered far too many self-inflicted wounds thus far as we run through some of the mistakes. It's darn near impossible to win in this league when you're turning the ball over at the frequency that they have. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And they've got to be still reeling from the events of a moment ago. What a turn on that last play.
You're knocking on the door. You're about to take it in. You think you're going to get some points on the board. Instead, you cough it up and watch them take it the rest of the way to the opposite end zone. That's a 2-score swing that you just gave up.
Now 2nd and 9. Here's Carr. He'll get this one underneath to Kamara. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. To throw his Carr. That is caught. And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And a lane slow and materializing there as he'll get maybe a yard up to the 45. 2nd and 9. A man who's been busy this afternoon. It's Kamara again. And he'll be brought down at the 50 after a gain of about 5.
He hadn't had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. From midfield, here's Carr. That's to the right sideline, and it falls incomplete.
And when you've thrown as many interceptions as he has in this one, you definitely start getting a little hesitant to throw the ball out wide because that's prime pick 6 territory. That time, he made sure the only guy who was going to catch it was sitting in the 3rd row.
So out of bounds on the punt, and the spot will be, the side judge says, right at the 35-yard line here. The Carolina offense about ready to go. Good starting position for the Panthers as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. Young now. To the right side and complete to Thomas. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. And they'll run on first down with Hubbard. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
They suspected that it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on first down.
And he's fortunate to get anything from that. Give him a yard up to the 49. Now a 3rd and 6. Young to throw it. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. Here's Johnny Hacker now, as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. The home team's offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And he's been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been totally taken apart, and that is borne out in his numbers. He's been terrific all game long. They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. 44 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
This ball tipped, and it's going to be incomplete. Fortunate maybe to get that back. It's 3rd down. A give. This is Kamara. And good vision there as he's across midfield and down to the 45-yard line. That good for 19 and a first down. We often give credit to the O-line there. 2 tight end formation. Those tight ends block pretty well also.
Yeah, and that's one of the most dynamic positions in football now. The tight ends who can block at the line of scrimmage at the point of attack, and they can also get downfield and catch the football.
Staying on the ground on first with Kamara. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. They run it again with Kamara. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Yeah, once more, strong running Excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
Now Carr. It's Wilson. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
The throw here right sideline falls incomplete.
Well, if you're going to give out a little applause on that play, it has to go to the defense. More good work by them. They've taken away the passing lanes all game long, and you can see the frustration that it's causing because he just about threw that one into the first row.
And this is going to be incomplete. Strong coverage by Carolina, and on we go to 4th down.
Smart move to throw that one away. You're in field goal range, so you definitely don't want to be loose with the ball. And that's great work by this defense to force a 4th down.
The kick by McManus is good, and that'll make this an 8-point game. So 3 points, maybe not a grand prize at this stage, but it does get them back within 1 score.
It certainly does, because now they stay within shouting distance, so that means everyone on your sideline stays engaged in this game. They know they still have a shot.
And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Panthers about ready to take over. Obviously not the intended goal last drive. They had to punt the football, but still they've got the lead here, and now a chance to add on to that lead if they can get points on this drive. 1st and 10 upcoming. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd down. On the counter, this is Hubbard. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
And some guys just have that knack of finding the 1st down flag and getting there. Hubbard did it very well on that carry, and he did it really well last season. 59 1st down runs a year ago.
Young. Buying time to his left. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. We'll get a pause here. There appears to be a Panther who was shaken up on that last play. Well, you always hate to see injuries, especially tough here in week 1. Just hoping this is nothing serious. We'll take a quick timeout. They'll run out of the gun. It's Hubbard. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. They go play action. Young able to find the open man. That's complete. And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Saints 40. A strong pickup of 11 keeps their drive alive.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the 1st down. And that's what he just did.
Here's Young from the shotgun. That is caught by Thielen. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Call that a very strong gain of 24. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here live in New Orleans. It's the Panthers out in front and in control of the football as well as we begin quarter number 4. On the give, this is Hubbard. Yeah, he'll work free from 1 tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. Tackle made by Chase Young. Here's 2nd and 7. Now Young. Flushed out right. And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run. They'll run here with Hubbard. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. Chuba Hubbard. Already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Panthers are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their fourth quarter lead.
And that right there is a definition of a statement drive. You're in the fourth quarter, trying to get to the finish line, and here they were able to hold the ball for a long time and move it down the field. And how about them finishing it off with the touchdown run? Winning football 101? Check that box.
A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it was Chuba Hubbard who finished it off with a touchdown run. And Patterson back out there to send this one away. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. So now out comes this offense led by their quarterback as they take over once more. And he has been masterful so far in leading this offense. He's kept the mistakes to a minimum. He's been on point with his passes, and he's generally been one step ahead of this defense all game long. And that to the 30. It'll be second down.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to the huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run. But the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Kamara up the middle. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. Here's 2nd and 10. Carr going to throw. And to the left side here, Wilson. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 46. On play action, now Carr. Little short pass here to Hill. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. Ball on the 39. Here's 2nd and 3. From the gun, it's a run for Kamara. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
Now Carr. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. But forget the run on 3rd and 1. They shock the D and rip off a pretty big play. And in a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every 3rd down, like we saw there, magnified. Big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to 3rd down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
They'll run out of the gun with Kamara. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. 92 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. From the 5, 2nd and 4. Again, it's Kamara. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. Here's Carr to throw. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
What an excellent defensive stand there in the red zone. Nice tight coverage. They certainly recognized how important it was to bring up 4th down here.
The kick by McManus is good. And they're hanging around here as the lead's down to 12. After splitting the uprights, McManus to kick it away. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36. Now the Panthers offense, they get set to come back onto the field. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
From the 43, it's 2nd and 3. On play action, Young. And that went too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Johnson. And he's going to be a yard short. A 2-yard pickup leads to 4th and 1. Here's Johnny Hecker now, as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. And that'll kick and go out of bounds just outside the 15 at the 16-yard line. This offense and their running back headed back onto the field. And it's hard to believe you could run the ball a whole lot better than he has. The vision, the cutback ability, the acceleration, it's all been on display throughout. There's a short one to the tight end, Johnson. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. In motion goes the tight end. A give to Kamara running right. Muscles him off. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Now Carr. Over the middle and complete to Shaheed. That'll go for a gain of 7. And that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard. Now a handoff. Here's Kamara. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues. 2 first downs have him up to the 41 now for 1st and 10. To throw, it's Carr. Out to the right here to Wilson. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that will bring up 2nd down. Throwing now is Carr. Going right back to Wilson. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. Carr. That's complete to his running back, Kamara. And he's taken down inside the 30. It's a pickup of 12. Second play in a row with a 12-yard gain. They'll run. This is Kamara. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave him 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
And that's good for a gain of 6, and that'll make it 3rd down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Carr now to throw. And that is incomplete.
I wonder, Brandon, I just wonder, you think maybe he was worried about where he was on the field? Was he far enough? Was he close enough to the first down sticks?
Absolutely. He was right there by him, and I think he was thinking first down before he caught that football.
Yeah, got to catch it first, because if you don't catch it, there's no chance of picking up a first down.
And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. So this drive going to continue following the conversion on 4th. Here's 1st and 10. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it'll be 2nd down. Play action. Now it's Carr. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Here's Carr. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the first down as he's tackled at the 1. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
Kamara is into the end zone for a Saints touchdown.
Sometimes offenses can get too cute down near the goal line, but there's nothing fancy about this one. As Coach Lombardi would say, we get a seal here, and we get a seal here, and we run this play in the alley. And that's good work to hit the hole hard and finish in the end zone.
Extra point from McManus is good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Now the offense for the Panthers here getting the football back. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession, and that was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing, but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. He's going to get it again, just looking to get forward and protect the ball. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ballgame. Young. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Five points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on first down. Now the Saints will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. And they'll go again here with Hubbard. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bringing up a key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means it might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key 3rd down. Highlight that word. Put it in bold. Here we go. They go down to a knee, and the new campaign off to a good start. It's a win here in Week 1. Well, this was not just the opener of a brand new season, but this was a division game here in Week 1. And to come through with a 1-0 start against a division opponent gives you a little something extra heading forward for the rest of the season.
Yeah, let's pile it all into one game, right? Opening the season, and you open within the division. You knew the motivation was going to be there on both sidelines. One just executed better and earned the win.
So for Carolina, hey, you get a win, you get it on the road. You can't ask for much more than that to start the year. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Saints, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll try to get back on track next week as they head to Dallas to take on the Cowboys. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.